The world is making a rapid progress in the field of technology. Artificial intelligence has become a cause of long debates among the people in our society whether it will prove beneficial for them or it will become an enemy of humanity by decreasing their jobs prospects. Here we discuss five artificial intelligence that were used to tackle COVID-19 and their Number one, Boston Dynamics. Starting in early March, Boston Dynamics started receiving inquiries from hospitals asking if our robots could help minimize their staff's exposure to COVID-19. One of the hospitals that they spoke to shared that within a week, a sixth of their staff had contracted COVID-19 and they were looking into using robots to take more of their staff out of range of the novel virus. Conversations as well as the global shortage of critical personal protective equipment. They had spent the several weeks trying to better understanding hospital requirements to develop a mobile robotic solution with their robot. The result is a legit robot application that can be deployed to support frontline staff responding to the pandemic in ad hoc environments such as triage tents and parking lots. In past months, these robots were being used at a second week of POTS presence at a local Boston facility, Birmingham and Women's Hospital, where the medical team uses the robot as a mobile telemedicine platform, allowing healthcare providers to remotely triage patients. They were listening to their feedback on how Spot can do more, but are encouraged by reports that using the robot has helped their nursing staff minimize time exposed to potentially contagious patients. Another amazing thing was Singapore park goers have been reminded of their social distancing obligation by Boston Dynamics. Yellow Dog, the robot hound, is equipped with numerous cameras and sensors which it can use to detect transgressors and broadcast pre-recorded warnings. The authorities have reassured locals it is not quadruped data collection device. Number 2 is six-wheeled robots. In Milton Keynes, a recently expanded fleet of six-wheeled robots has been delivering food and small supermarket shopping consignments to hungry residents. The town's large network of cycle paths make it ideally suited to the high-knee machines, which trundle along at a top speed of 4 miles per hour. The company has been waiving its delivery charge for NHS workers during the Starship Technologies formed in July 2014 by two Skype co-founders Ahti Hanila and Jonas Friis, with Lexer Boyle joining in June 2018 from Airbnb.is. Once signed up on the application, people will receive a personal address at the port where parcels can be sent to then be delivered by the robots. Les Bear, Starship's chief executive officer, said, "We are excited that thanks to our technology, local communities across Milton Keynes will never miss a home delivery again." Another amazing features of this machine, that machine can travel along pavements and cross streets just like pedestrians, have 10 cameras, ultrasound sensors, radar and GPS, are able to see 360 degrees and have a situational awareness bubble. That was so amazing thing. Situational awareness bubble around them to detect and avoid any obstacles. Moreover, use sophisticated computer vision and software to identity objects such as cars, pedestrians, traffic lights, etc. Number 3. UVD. UVD robots, Danish company making robots that are able to disinfect patients' rooms and operating theaters in hospitals. They are able to disinfect pretty much anything you point them at. Each robot is mobile array of powerful short wavelength ultraviolet UVC light that emit enough energy to literally shred the DNA or RNA of any microorganism that have the misfortune of being exposed to them. Danish company UVD designed robots for pathogens and other harmful bacteria. They had seen hospitals become more vulnerable due to hospitals are overwhelmed with COVID-19 patients. To prevent the spread of coronavirus and everything else through hospitals, keeping surfaces disinfected is incredibly important, but it is also dirty, dull, with dangerous and other dangerous things, and that's why it is an ideal task for autonomous robots. The company's robots have been operating in in China for the several months or several weeks. And UVD Robot CEO Paul Jules Nielsen says that they are sending more to China as fast as they can. The initial volume is in the hundred of robots. The first one went to Wuhan, where the situation is most severe. Nelson told, IE Spectrum, we are shipping every week. There are going air freight into China because they are so desperately needed. The goal is to supply the robots over 2,000 to hospitals and medical facilities in China. It takes between 10 and 15 minutes virtually to disinfect a typical room, with the robot spending 1 or 2 minutes in 5 or 6 different positions around a room to maximize the number of surfaces that it disinfects. The robot's UV array emits 20 joules per square meter per second at 1 meter distance of 254 nanometer light, which will utterly wreck 99.99% of germs in just a few minutes without the robot having to do anything more complicated than just sit there. The process is more consistent than a human cleaning, since the robot follows the same path each time, and it is autonomy means that human staff can be freed up to do more interesting tasks like interacting and with patients. Number 4. ZaraBot. The UN has equipped Rwanda with 5 anti-epidemic robots made by Belgian company ZaraBot to help against the country's battle with coronavirus. The robots can screen a patient's temperature, identify people not wearing masks, and monitor abnormalities in how patients sound or look. They can also be used to deliver medicines and other essentials to the infected. Number 5. OmniLab in Japan. OmniLab's new Me robots have been used to replace quarantined students who were unavailable to attend their graduation ceremonies. The telepresence robots, which had a computer tablet for a head, were draped in an academic gown, and each student made a Zoom call to receive their degree from a university official. A similar ceremony using robots built by students has been held in Nanjing, China.